Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary. What I've got here, and I'll turn around in a minute so you can have a proper look at them. I've got some Vikings that I've finished. I've got a mix of axes and swords. I haven't got any spears. That's because I ran out of spears. I had a big pack of spears, but I didn't replace them, and now I'm down to spearless troops all over the place. So I used up what these guys had, which were axes and axes and swords. I have checked that the Vikings did actually use axes. It wasn't only just Hollywood, although Hollywood seemed to go crazy, because I am also aware that they used spears as well, particularly in the shield wall. But I'm not too far off. I'm not too far off the mark with axes and spears. Sorry, axes and swords. So yeah, so that's what I've done. I've taken now. I think for those of you who saw me paint the previous group, I've taken some artistic license here, and I've painted all my Vikings. So these will be Swedish Vikings because they've all got yellow and blue. Now I am aware that the Swedish flag wasn't invented or wasn't brought around until around about 1906. It would, I know, even with a gradual, this is what the flag of our nation is going to be. It still wouldn't have gone all the way down back to the Vikings. So I'm aware of that, but I just thought, and I'll turn around a little bit, I just thought that would be a really nice theme for the Swedish to have yellow and blue. Oh, let me move them just so you can see, and that's it. Now let's go back now, just so you could see. Yeah, so I thought it'd be really nice to have yellow and blue shields, and I think it's turned out quite nice. Now these are all blacktree figures, which I really like. I find blacktree quite easy to paint because they don't tend to put, they don't pile lots of small bits and pieces on. They tend to give you the figure with the basic equipment pack that they would have, and the shields and the weapons. And that's, yeah, I mean, I'm all right with that because it makes, and I'm all about, to be honest, I'm all about getting them painted as quickly as possible, getting them on the table, or at least starting my collection. So these, I think these will do the job for what I want. I'm also going to use, these will be my Vikings, or some Vikings. I'm also going to use these as peasantry when I do some of the fantasy games. So Mantic Games, Kings of War, I will certainly use these figures here for that, because I think they'll work really well, fighting orcs and Skaven and undead. I think that will look really quite nice. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Now I have experimented, I don't know, those of you might have seen. Now normally what I do is when I do the shields, the shiny bit on the shields, I usually do a much, so for example, this chap here, can you see the pen? Or let's say this guy here. I would normally do a much lighter shade of the blue or the yellow. On this occasion, what I've done is I saw somebody else do this, and I thought it worked quite well, and I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. I've used a very watered down white just to do that, and it kind of, although you can see it's white, it's because it's almost like a wash white, you can still see the blue through it and the yellow through it. So I was quite pleased with that. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And also, it'll be a lot easier than like trying to remember what shades of red and blues and all the rest of it I used when I was doing this. What else did I find out about this? Yeah, I've said, I need to find a command pack. I have got Standard Bearer. You can't see that, but he's got a boar on that, on his flag. There's a boar, which I copied. Like, this isn't, I didn't paint this. I copied it from the internet and then just doubled it up and made it a flag. Cost me nothing, apart from the ink, which my firm paid for, bless them. So yeah, and I think that's worked out quite well. Oh no, you can see the boar from there. Will that let me zoom in just a little bit more? Will it? No. Ah. Let me do it again. Ah. There. Alright. I think I'll leave that as that is. So there's the boar. You can see the boar on the flag. So that's quite nice. But I do need to get a command set. What I am going to do is, now I'm not going to paint any more of these for the time being because I've got so much to paint. I should have concentrated on one thing at a time and then painted that army and then started a new one. But I do tend to, I am an eclectic collector and I'm also an eclectic painter. So I tend to do, and also it kind of keeps me fresh. I think that I don't, it prevents me from getting too bored, or burnt out. So, but I'm not going to paint anymore. I won't paint any more of these until I've painted until the collection I've got is painted up, which probably won't be until next year sometime, I imagine. But when I have painted up that group, I will get some more Vikings because I do like them. I'll also get some Saxons, some Irish, some Scots, maybe some Normans, because then I can mix and match a little bit. I can do a little bit of the Norman invasion because a lot of the Saxons of that time I believe will mix quite nicely with the Norman period as well, and same with the Vikings. So yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about the Vikings because I know almost nothing about them. So yeah, so there they are. The only what I have done, pretty much everybody there has got blonde hair. Oh, there's a guy there with red hair. Let me just bring that round. There, guy here with red hair, and there's no one with brown. But generally, they've all got blonde hair. Hollywood. I don't know. Maybe they did all have blonde hair. So that's my Vikings. I'm not going to do any more of them, like I say, until I've got everything else painted up. There's quite a few projects I need to really concentrate on. So I thought I'd get these guys finished and they're now out of the way. So I'm going to box them up, put them away, and they won't see the light of day again until sometime next year when I start painting Saxons and Vikings proper. All right. All the best then, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.